Hello, Urban Saints. Today's story from the Bible is called The Boys Who Liked to Say No. God was very sad. Most of his people had stopped listening to him and talking to him and following his rules. Change your ways, God warned them, or you will have to leave this special land I gave you long ago. But the people would not listen. So God let their enemies defeat them and destroy their cities and carry them hundreds of miles away to be slaves in the land of Babylon. There were, however, a few of God's people who did not forget him, and among them were 4 young friends, Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These boys were clever and strong, so Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, decided to treat them well. He gave them soft beds, rich food, and an education at his very best school, all in the hope that they would forget about the land they had left. But Nebuchadnezzar had reckoned without them being the boys who liked to say no. King Nebuchadnezzar's chief servant was put in charge of training these boys into good Babylonians. For dinner tonight, he announced, you will have the following choices from the king's own menu: pink pork sausages, plump pork chops, and perfect pork pies. The king's food looked good, but Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego knew it was made from something that God's rules said they shouldn't eat. The rules they'd learned back in their own land. The rules their God had given them. The rules and the land and the God they had promised never to forget. So they turned to the king's servant and together they said, no. The servant could not believe it. No pink sausages? He asked. No, said Shadrach, but I wouldn't mind a few carrots. No plump pork chops? No, said Meshach. I'll just have a green salad. And not even one perfect pork pie? No, said Abednego, but some beans would be lovely. The king will be very angry, the servant explained. If you do not eat this food, you will grow tired and ill, and then the king will punish me. Why won't you change your minds? Please. No, said Daniel, but you will not get into trouble, for we will not grow tired and ill. Tell the king that we wish to have a contest. For 10 days, the 4 of us will eat nothing but vegetables and water. The other boys in the palace can eat your food, and then we shall see who is well and who is not. The servant agreed, and so did the king. And for 10 days, the boys who liked to say no said no to everything but vegetables and water, while the other boys ate their fill of the king's food. What happened? The God who Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego would not forget, did not forget them. At the end of the contest, the boys who liked to say no looked healthy and strong, much healthier and stronger than the other boys, in fact. So, from then on, Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were allowed to eat whatever they liked, all because they were loyal to their God, and because they were the boys who liked to say no.